so we've come to our structure. I'm demonstrating the RTL Restraint Technique lanyard. So we're going to be using this lanyard in Restraint Technique. It has self-rescue capabilities, so we can use it in restraint, but in the event of a fall or we find ourselves where we need immediate rescue, we can actually activate the lever so that we can rappel ourselves to the ground. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you've got enough rope to get to the ground that you're abseiling down to, essentially, or rescuing yourself to. You'd be a little bit out of luck if you didn't check that beforehand, because if you've not got enough to get you to the ground or to the next level, you're going to be hanging there anyway, and it defeats the purpose of having self-rescue built into the device. So we're coming to our structure. We're attaching to this anchor point. So this is a rail system, but this would work in any sort of system. A surface mounted anchor point or anything like that are all suitable for this device. We want to make sure that we check the inspection plaques to ensure that the equipment has been serviced in accordance with Australian standards. So I make sure I come up and I do my visual inspection of the plaque. Am I happy with all the information on the plaque? Yes, I am. It tells me the number of systems, it tells me the number of users. So this is suitable for the application that I'm using. I now want to give it a visual inspection, because the last time this was inspected was, even though it was last month, and periodic inspections under the legislation is every 6 months, we still want to give it a visual inspection because we don't know what happened to it yesterday or 2 days ago. So I give it a visual inspection. I'll make sure that the anchor point itself is good. Now this might be a surface mounted anchor point, but in this circumstance it's a rail system. I want to make sure that I'm keeping a good eye on the pot rivets, that the system itself is moving as it's supposed to, and it is. It's doing what it needs to do. My RTL lanyard, my Restraint Technique lanyard itself, I want to make sure I inspected all the componentry. I've done that earlier. I've inspected all the rope that's in the bag, the full length of the rope. I've inspected the connectors, the triple action carabiners. I've inspected the device itself as well to make sure that the rope grab cam works and the self-rescuing lever works. I've also done my pre-harness inspection checks as well. So we're good to attach to our anchor point. Attached to our anchor point, I want to make sure that we're working in restraint. So we squeeze the trigger to make sure we can pull restraint through or let restraint out, but we want to make sure that we're not keeping our hand on the device. You pull restraint to where you need, and then you let go. This is the protocol with all Restraint Technique lanyards. You pull out as much as you need, and then you take your hand off the device. So right now I'm going to climb the stairs, so I'm going to pull enough restraint through, make sure I keep my rope organised. Okay, so in this position I'm in full restraint and I can extend out to wherever I need to go. If I want to get to the edge of the building, I tether out as far as I need to go and take my hand off the device. Perhaps I want to go a little bit more, pull some out, step across, pull a little bit more out. And so this is using the device in full restraint technique. If I want to move back to the anchor point, I just pull line to the anchor point. I would be misusing it if I was to lean out over the edge whilst in restraint. That's a misuse application. In those circumstances, you probably need a secondary backup. Restraint technique means just that. It means you are in restraint. It stops you from getting to the edge. It's like a visible barricade. I can't get to the edge. As soon as I put myself in a position where I'm leaning out over the edge, that's no longer a restraint technique. It's no longer a restraint technique. You're technically venturing into the rope access world. But in the circumstances that I might misuse the product and slip over the edge, I do have enough rope to get me to the ground, and that's what's important, that if I do need to engage the self-rescue lever, that I do have enough rope to get me to the next level.